So then you flip it back and you can do it on the 4 thread serger if you want, all this. But because we don't have a needle here today, and I didn't want to walk all over the place back and forth, I said to Eric, leave it and we can do just stitching and then serging. This one, it's not necessary to do. And I don't like it personally when you have to do it on the serger because it makes it thicker. Because it's thick enough already. It's tough enough. And I prefer not to because even the point here has to be turned nicely like this. That is the one I forgot to bring my awl, of course. I always leave it because at home everything is on hand and here is not, and I always forget my things. So I prefer to run just a little stitch and not to do the
serging?
The serging with the 4 threads. But if it's a finer fabric and if you want to do a fast job, you can do it all at once. All my knits I do, especially something that's nice, not a t-shirt that you're gonna kick around with, because that you can buy for $5. So if you're doing a polo proper, a nice with a nice fabric and that, I like to stitch them first and serge them after. So with the 3 threads rather than the 4.
But doesn't it become too bulky? Then you stitched it and then you serge it.
No, with the serger you do the 4 threads at once. But still I don't like it because it's still too much with some, sorry, still too much. Anyway. So you stitch this. So you can try, if your iron is beside you like at home, you can try to flip this down like so and then turn it so it's not bulky, or clip it away. If I can find my clippers. Clip it away like this. Can't see it because the interfacing is interfering. Then we're gonna turn it over, pull it out, but use your awl so you can really have a nice sharp point there. Good enough. It's pretty thick, this fabric. It's a double knit, and I just didn't think it will be that stiffened up because I put a very thin interfacing in there. Okay, then we're gonna install because most knits we continue from the armhole all the way down to the side seam. So we can install and here is where I forgot to bring a piece of, have tons of it too, tailor's tape. You need to put twill tape, yes.
So you need to put the twill tape there.
So
where do
you
you put the twill tape?
Right here, and you can serge it together.
Where you're putting the pins, that's where you'd put the twill.
So the twill tape would go right over top, and then you'd be serging it with the 4 threads if you want. So it could be encased there. It doesn't let it stretch, I guess, because it's a sleeve.
Sorry, Angela, can you show on this piece where the...
I don't know if I have twill tape in there.
It's not on this one, but just to visualize it, where would it...
Oh, we're working on this now. This, the front seam. Do I have twill tape? I'm
No.
sorry. No, because I do mine soft all the time. But that's what it tells you here, so I don't know.
So twill tape on the sleeve.
On the raglan.
Right.
Yes.
Front and back
Should
or
tell
just
you
front?
here. Both. Yeah, this one doesn't have it.
So
I
you
hardly
want
ever put-
both on both sides?
That's
not
what
just one?
they want, not me. That's what they tell you to do. So if Nona wrote it here and if it's gonna miss your mark, you might as well do it. So you have to read Nona's.
我们没有，哦，我们有，
Oh,
昨天有。
okay, forward facing, some forward facings, click and button, blah, 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 blah,
后
blah,
边
blah,
来
blah.
剪过了。
Sleeves to front and back, making sure double notches on raglan sleeves on the back. So side seams. It doesn't tell you.
It doesn't say anything about
tape.
twill tape? Okay, so maybe there's no twill tape.
This one said, but I remember when we did it, we didn't use it because
okay.
different knits that don't stretch both ways.
So no twill tape.
Twill tape. Well, I didn't bring any anyway, but I noticed on mine, like there are some differences. Sometimes these handouts came from Okay, so we're gonna stitch a quarter and then we run the serging stitch here on top of it. So that should make it. See, because the thing is with twill tape, in general with knits, it loses the flexibility, right? So if it's
Right.
a stretch knit garment,
You need for
I
it to be
don't,
flexible.
yeah, I don't think we need twill tape. But like I said, some of these things come. Okay, I'm gonna do the other one too, Mary, right? And then you guys can photograph again. Just make sure you put front to the front and the back to the back. Double check here because my eyes are not so big today. Okay. So we can do all of this and then we can serge them. And I think they
Search them together.
Yeah.
over top the stitching, but I always do the stitching, especially if you're making a garment that it's a commercial pattern and it tells you to do 5/8 of an inch, because then you can serge the edge. This one I've done it with a larger.
So this is 5/8 of an inch.
No, I said if there is
Oh,
a
okay.
commercial pattern that's asking you for 5/8 of an inch, then you can be doing the finishing with the 4 thread serging at once. That's why I prefer to have a seam made and then
And
over
serge
it,
it, yeah.
serge it. Yeah, and because they need you to serge. Okay, so you want to take another picture here?
Sure.
And we could have done all of it, I think. And then,
Okay.
okay. Now we're gonna join the back. There should be the notches, so they're right here. Match your notches, the usual, just like a regular sleeve. Back has 2 notches, and the front has 2. Okay, then we go to the other end and join this. They look so similar, so make sure that you're not using the back for the sleeve. So you can have.
So the placard was the most complicated
Oh yes, and it's not
part
that,
of this
it's not
construction.
that complicated, but I think I needed to interface this bottom part here because it was
Where
too
would you interface? We should know, because maybe we.
Yes, I'll show you in a second. Yes, remind me. Because that's what I didn't expect it to be so stiff. So I would interface, you know, before I did the stitching there, I would put a strip of interfacing here before the clipping,
Balance
just
it
like
out.
we
So it
do
doesn't pull.
buttonhole pockets, you know, everything. I interface always anything that I have to clip. And because it keeps the balance between this and this. If it was all no interfacing, this one has a very thin, softy little interfacing here. But this one feels
So you
quite
would
stiff.
interface this
Yeah,
area.
yeah, just that before. You know how it's cut like that?
Yeah.
Before I did that stitching, I would just cut a strip of interfacing and
Okay.
put it there.
Okay.
So that would balance it out better, and you wouldn't have this slip sliding business. Okay, now we have a top of sorts. It's a mess, but
So now we're gonna serge the
we're
seams,
gonna
right?
serge the seams, because this then can be done all at once.
Right.
Most of the knits they do like this. If you wish to do it like